There are more things in heaven and earth than are dreamt of in your philosophy. Now, if this opening sounds like a certain Doctor Strange fan film made 15 years ago, well, you're not wrong. Welcome back, Nerd Squad. I am your host, and I am very excited for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness because it means that after 3 years, we get to go back to this tone. It's one of those things where when you hear the score, you can feel yourself getting weirded out and drawn in all at once. Let's rewind though, shall we? Doctor Strange was born in 2016 and took us right to the heart of some mystical stuff. I mean, remember when we realized Benedict Cumberbatch was voicing the character in the first trailer? Iconic. We had some fun cameos. Mads Mikkelsen and Chiwetel Ejiofor were terrific, until the Swinton S. gender-swapped Ancient One was both fascinating and controversial. All of that aside, we have a lot to unpack. 9 minutes is a bold move for an origin story, but let's see if it holds up. Stephen Strange is a gifted neurosurgeon whose talent is matched only by his big ego. When a car crash destroys his hands, he goes looking for a second opinion and finds his way to Camartage, the home of the masters of the mystic arts. There he meets the Ancient One who imparts some knowledge about the world. So, our world is just one of many. There are others, different planes of existence with different rules and laws. See, Strange was kind of a dick, even if it wasn't intentional. But through his training, he became humbler and kinder and learned some cool shit too. Portal, poof, bam, mirror dimension. Ho ho. Yep, that's all it took. Also, I have Agamotto. Check out that sweet little glowy time thingy inside. Ooh, blink and you'll miss it. But don't worry, we'll be seeing a lot of that later. One thing I love about these shorts is how quickly they establish their stakes. Strange wants to save people, but doing so could doom all of reality. Keglis wants to live forever and is willing to destroy everything to do it. Strange gets help from the Ancient One, Wong and Christine Palmer, while Mordo sides with Caecilius. Nothing like a betrayal by a former friend. Love it. At the climax, Strange uses the Eye of Agamotto to defeat Dormammu. This was the birth of the Sorcerer Supreme. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness picks up shortly after the events of Spider-Man. No Way Home. Remember when Strange tried to cast a spell to make everyone forget Peter Parker's identity? Yeah, me too. Anyway, his attempt was botched and now we're dealing with the consequences. Cue the terrifying, gorgeous, otherworldly score, the quick cuts of Strange running down the street, while trying to keep up with the surroundings. Like, hold on. Is that a floating building? Did I miss something? What happened to my senses? Well, turns out we're going back to the dream sequence from the previous movie. You know, the one where Strange accidentally opens a portal instead of making coffee? Yep, that one. Except now, he's not alone. Suddenly, America Chavez is standing next to him. She looks around and asks where they are, and he has no idea. Then his spider senses start tingling. Oh great, now we have multiversal problems. America tells Strange that he needs to take her to a safe place, but before they can leave, Wanda appears. The Scarlet Witch. She is beautiful, ethereal, and dangerous. She demands America's power because she has a score to settle with the Darkhold. Wait, what? Okay, let's pause for a moment. While Strange was attempting to fix Peter Parker's problem, a piece of the shattered book cut him. It entered his mind and twisted his desires into a dark obsession. Strange tries to fight her, but it's not enough. Wanda overpowers him and takes America with her. Strange calls Wong for backup, but he's not sure if even that will be enough to stop her. With no other options, Strange flees through a portal. Now, I think this is the point in the story where I pause and ask myself, how much multiverse madness can one movie handle? Well, the answer is a whole lot. As Strange travels, he sees visions of other universes, including one where Peggy Carter is Captain Britain. Strange also meets some familiar faces, including Black Bolt, who can't talk because literally anything he says blows up, and Reed Richards, Fantastic from the Fantastic Four. Finally, there's Professor X, aka the headmaster of the X-Men School for Gifted Youngsters. These three team up with Strange to stop Wanda, but it's really just a delaying tactic. She kills them all, proving that she is more powerful than ever before. They call her the Scarlet Witch. Strange realizes that he has to find the source of her power. Turns out it's the Darkhold, and if he wants to defeat Wanda, he must use the book himself. As Strange unravels the mysteries of the Darkhold, he discovers a terrible truth about himself. He has a dark side, a sinister variant of himself who exists in one of the alternate universes. And that version of Strange is trapped in a mirror dimension. To save himself, and possibly the multiverse, Strange has to enter the mirror dimension and face off against his dark self. Now, this is a crazy turn of events, but Strange knows he has to do it. He makes a deal with the demon Dagon to gain the power he needs to defeat Sinister Strange. With Dagon's help, Strange defeats his evil counterpart and returns to his own universe. But wait, there's more. Just as Strange is about to finish the job, he sees a vision of America Chavez being tortured by the Scarlet Witch. Wanda is losing herself to the Darkhold and becoming increasingly unstable. It breaks Strange's heart to see the potential good in her being consumed by the darkness. That's when he remembers something the Ancient One told him. The best way to defeat an enemy is not with violence, but with mercy. So Strange decides to try one last thing. He approaches Wanda and offers her a chance to escape the Darkhold's grasp. He shows her visions of the happy life she could have with her children, and Wanda is torn, but ultimately chooses to listen. Strange. Now, we all knew this would hurt. We saw the trailers, we read the comics, we knew what we were getting into. But watching it play out on screen, feeling all the emotions with the music swelling and then subsiding, it was amazing. Wanda slowly regains control of herself and releases the Darkhold, freeing the trapped souls within it. She then sacrifices herself to save Westview and the multiverse, leaving Strange and America victorious but deeply saddened. The ending scene shows America beginning her training at Kamar-Daj under the watchful eye of Strange. As for Strange, he is left to deal with the aftermath of the battle and the knowledge that he could have saved. What if he'd only reached out to her sooner? The final shot lingers on Strange's face, hinting at the toll the multiverse and its madness have taken on him. He looks haunted, weary and burdened by the responsibility of protecting the multiverse from the shadows. He knows there will be more battles to fight and more sacrifices to make. But he also knows that he is not alone. He has friends, allies, and students who believe in him and his abilities. As the credits roll, we are left to wonder what new threats will emerge from the multiverse and how Strange will face them. One thing is for sure, though. He'll do whatever it takes to protect the universe, even if it means sacrificing himself. Thank you for watching. Until next time, stay nerdy. Bye-bye.